you'd just hear these stories. Whenever his name would come up, people would have a story about him. Father Solanus helped to move the Franciscan spirit forward in basically two ways. One was his love for the poor that focused on the soup kitchen and feeding the hungry, basic human needs. Feed the hungry. And the second one was he started a mass society, seraphic mass society, where donors would give a contribution, and the friars promised to say masses for them. And it was his way of getting support for the poor and his way of getting more and more people involved in the Franciscan ministry of working with the poor. And he did so quite effectively in that regard, wherever he was stationed. I'm most familiar with Detroit because I lived there 14 years, and you'd just hear these stories. Whenever his name would come up, people would have a story about him. This is my story with my aunt or my uncle or my brother, sister, cousin who went to see him and was blessed and changed their lives. So I think he's incrementally moving the Franciscan spirit forward by calling attention to the poor, working with them in very basic ways like putting food on the table and helping to feed the hungry. He was very dedicated to following the rules, doing what the church asked for, doing what people were, what was in the service of people. And I think that's the dedication that we have, a dedication to following the Lord, a dedication to following what the church is calling us to. And I think that's the spirit that he invokes in all of us, that we can follow in the Lord's footsteps as he's calling us today in the 21st century. So.